Hello and welcome to EZGlutenFree. Today I'm making these sweet, summery Peach Cobbler Crumb Bars. And these bars are actually my solution to satisfying a peach cobbler craving when you don't have enough peaches to do a whole cobbler. And I was down to my last 2 peaches, so I almost scrapped the peach cobbler idea. But sometimes, folks, the best recipes are born out of necessity. To get started, preheat the oven to 375 degrees and line a 9 by 13 inch pan with parchment paper sprayed with nonstick spray. Now for the filling, you'll need 2 medium peaches diced into 1/2 inch pieces, and they can be either peeled or unpeeled like I have here, since the skin is actually very nice after being baked. Now in a medium bowl, combine 2 eggs, 1 cup of peach preserves, a 1/2 cup of heavy cream, 1/3 of a cup of brown sugar, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, and a teaspoon of vanilla. Now whisk or beat these ingredients together until they're well combined. Then stir in those diced peaches, and once they're all coated in the mixture, set this aside. Now for the crust and crumb topping, combine 2½ cups of gluten-free flour, and I used Bob's Red Mill 1:1 baking blend, with 1½ teaspoons of baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and 2/3 of a cup of granulated sugar. Then mix to combine. Now toss in 1 cup of cold diced butter, that's 2 sticks, and using either a pastry blender, 2 knives, or your fingertips, cut the butter into the flour. And if you're using your fingers, you're going to want to use a sliding type motion until the large chunks of butter break down and eventually form a breadcrumb texture. And that just means that all the butter's been broken down to about the size of large lentils. And it's going to take a few minutes, but it's fun to do. Now in a medium bowl, combine 2 eggs, 2 tablespoons of cold water, and a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Then beat until they're well combined. Now pour this mixture over the flour mixture, and using a rubber spatula, mix until you have a crumbly cookie dough texture. Now remove about 1 loosely packed cup of this crumbly dough mixture and set it aside. Pour the remaining dough into the pan and press it evenly over the bottom. If you want, you could use plastic wrap to help you press it into place, since it'll peel right off without sticking when you're done. And once it looks good, pour over the peach mixture. Then take a few minutes to get all those diced peaches evenly distributed. Now scatter over small pieces of the reserved dough, and again we're going for pretty even distribution here, and when it all looks good, bake the bars for 50 to 55 minutes or until they're golden brown. Allow them to cool for 5 minutes, then use a flat spatula to go around the 2 exposed edges of the pan to loosen the bars and ensure there won't be any trouble lifting them out later. And once the bars have cooled completely, drizzle over a glaze made by combining 3/4 of a cup of confectioner sugar with 2 to 4 tablespoons of heavy cream or milk until you've got a nice pourable consistency. Allow the glaze to dry a little, then lift the bars from the pan and slice them into whatever sizes you want. And today I cut them on the larger side, since I had a bowl of peach cobbler in mind. And that's also where I got the idea for the vanilla ice cream. I'm telling you folks, these peach crumb bars are all the best parts of summer combined into a little square of heaven. And if you want to serve these more as a finger food, whenever you cut a 9 by 13 inch rectangle into 30 pieces or 5 by 6, or 24 pieces, which is 4 by 6, either size fits very nicely into standard sized cupcake liners for easier serving. You really gotta try these. And if you'd like to print a copy of this recipe, you could always visit my blog at the link below. And for brand new recipes every week, don't forget to subscribe. See you again soon.